Alright guys, it's Krahmon back again with another deck review that I'm doing, and this one I call Mayhem on the Plains. It's just a fun little deck. It's got ability, but it's not like over the top powerful. The deck is red, white, and green, and as you can see, I run 3 shocks, which are just classic, you know. If you're running red, you're usually running shocks. Uh, if this if it was able, I'd be running lightning bolt instead, but that's beside the point. And I don't have enough wizards lightning to use that ability for it, so we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to use our shocks and lightning strikes, which I have right here, which is 3 to any target. 4 Llanowar Elves for mana ramping. The Oreskos Swiftclaw. It's 2 cost 3/1. Fun little beat stick. Not very durable by itself though, so it's just kind of for a quick hit, kind of thing. Goblin Instigator. When it comes into the battlefield, you get a 1/1 red Goblin token. Fun little swarming ability, and there's my lightning strike again. Viashino Pyromancer. Now this one I enjoy. It's a 2/1 for 2, which is nice. And when it enters the battlefield, you can deal 2 damage to a target player or planeswalker. That can be very helpful. Next one is Drover of the Mighty. I only currently have 2 of these, and its main thing, it's not for its ability with the dinos, although that can be used a little bit in this, not as much. Main thing I have this for is you can tap it for a mana of any color. Just for mana fixing kind of deal. If I get some more of these, I'll probably run 3 or so, maybe 4. Depends, and I'll do some tweaking here and there. But 4 Jadelight Ranger, just because of its ability with Explore. It gets a double Explore, which can be really, really nice. And in case you aren't familiar with the Explorer mechanic, there it is. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. If not, you put a 1/1 counter on it, and you can put that card back or into your graveyard. So, kind of nice to have there. 2 Demanding Dragons. This one is just kind of like, I'm a huge dragon fan. I mean, dragons are like my thing. I collect them for Magic, and I collected them in Yu-Gi-Oh! And several other card games. Dragons have always been like something I just always loved. But this one is 5 cost 5/5 flyer, which is actually a step down from the original. Like the main casting cost for a long time was 7 for a 5/5 flyer, which was the classic. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still having some issues from my sickness. Get a drink here. Okay. Now, the thing about this that's really fun, it comes into play. It deals 5 damage to target opponent unless they sacrifice a creature. Anytime you make an opponent choose to get rid of a resource or take damage, anytime you make them have to choose or pick their own poison is really fun. So, I get some more of these. I will be splashing in a 3rd one. Definitely enjoy this card. Now, next on the list is Serra's Guardian. Again, it's a one of, because a lot of these one ofs you see in here are just simply because I don't have more of them. Eventually, maybe I'll switch around once I get some more, but Serra's Guardian, 6 cost, flying vigilance, other creatures you control have vigilance, 5/5 angel. It's pretty solid. It's nice. It's got some nice abilities. It's just in there for a little more durability for my creatures, being able to make them have vigilance. That's really like more versatile kind of thing. So, Burning Sun's Avatar, 6 cost 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target opponent or planeswalker, and 3 damage to up to 1 target creature. So This one's got some nice burn ability. It reminds me of the Titan that was printed several core sets ago. Oh dear God! And just I enjoy this one a lot. And then I have Zetalpa, Primal Dawn. It's 8 cost, 4/8, flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Now, okay, let's go over all these abilities in case you don't know. Okay, flying, okay. Double strike, it deals both first strike and regular combat damage. So if this thing goes uncontested, it hits twice. And if you go against something that doesn't have first strike and you can kill it with your initial damage, you can do an additional damage to the opponent. So, and the fact that it has trample means you can deal excess damage to players. So if they try to speed bump this, they're still going to take some damage from that initial hit with the trample, and then you get an uncontested round for the regular damage phase. So trample, of course, I just went over. Indestructible. Now this one, that makes this thing absolutely epic. The biggest downside to this card is its cost, which is why I'm trying, I have some mana ramping and stuff like that. I'm also running Ghalta, Primal Hunger. This thing can be really fun. As I said with some of my other decks, I've played them pretty hardcore with it. Now I'm running 7 plains, 7 mountains, and 8 forests. And now the reason why I'm doing that is I'm trying to get forests early so I can get my Llanowars and Drovers and stuff to the board so I can mana ramp a little faster. Otherwise, I would probably drop that down to a 7 and run probably an 8 for mountains instead. But I'm also running 2 Timber Forge, 2 Stone Quarry, and 2 Tranquil Expanses. Now this is simply because I do not have the ability to run Shocklands yet. If I can run Shocklands, I'll be running, 4 and 4 essentially. I'll be running 4 Stomping Grounds and 4 Sacred Foundries. And just wipe these out and probably take 1 or 2, or 3 and 3, either way, to speed this along a little better. The Shocklands will really boost that. Now, I'm sorry, I'm saying Shockland. A lot of people that are new to the game don't understand that term. So let me see. Okay, I'm only showing what I have collected. Let me go with not collected, and I'll show you what a Shockland is. If you give me a minute. Like right here, Breeding Pool. These are the dual lands, but they're called Shocklands because you take 2 damage if you want them to come into play untapped, and that's why they've been called Shocklands for forever, because of the actual card Shock deals 2 damage to a target, and that's the story behind that. May sub some of the other basic lands for maybe some, let's see, which ones would I need? Give me a moment. I can't even remember. Okay. Like the Root-Bound Crags, I probably would run some of those. And wow, okay. Sunpetal Grove. I would probably like mix them around. Temple Gardens, another Shockland. I would probably run those for as well. Like whatever combination I felt would be easiest and quickest for playing. And that, that's the basis of the whole actual main deck. Now let's go over the sideboard. The sideboard's really simple here. 4 Knight's Pledges, just in case I feel like my creatures just aren't getting powered up fast enough, I'll run this. Just something real simple, you know, 2 cost. Okay, enchanted creature gets 2/2. It seems like it won't do much, but there have been many times where 2/2 would have been, you know, an additional 2 points would have been crazy and saved my creature. So, also sideboarding the Take Vengeance is probably going to tweak around. Might run the Jolly's. Oh, I think that's what it's called, Kin Jolly. Give me a moment. I'm trying to find it again. Might help. It'll speed up the process if I actually change it to what I have collected. Okay. Yeah, Kinjali. Yeah, the Kinjali Sunwing. I might actually run these and main board the Taken Vengeance, combine those two, because that can be really nice. Again, not sure yet. Still working with this deck a little bit. Right now it's not so much competitive as it's just kind of fun. It does have the ability to be a little competitive, but not super like tier 1, so this is just again, I just did a little bit of tweaking to this deck. I'm still probably going to do some more, and if any changes I make, I'll put into the description later. Also, I will be putting full deck lists into the description as well, in case you need to copy and paste it to do an import, so you can create them yourself, which is actually a really cool ability of this game. Is you can import a text listing of cards, and it will build the deck, and then you can use your redeemable cards to fill in that deck. So it's really cool that way. Again, next card in the sideboard is Druid's Cowl, again for more mana ramping, in case I need it. And then, just for fun, I threw in 3 Gigantosauruses. Again, in a 3-color deck, this is very improbable, because it takes 5 of 1 color. Can be a problem, which is why it's a sideboard thing. If I decide I want to give it a shot, I will, but it's kind of just there for fun. Like, this deck's more for fun than anything. But anyway, guys, that's the my Mayhem on the Plains deck. Silly little deck. Like I said, it's not. Most of the decks I build are not super competitive. They're more for fun. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some ideas on the stuff you can do with your decks. And anyway, I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Later.